Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more wonderful and beautiful stories. Once upon a time in a small, bustling village named Verona, there lived two families, the Montagues and the Capulets. These families were famous in the village for their wealth, their beautiful homes, and, unfortunately, their fierce rivalry. They had been at odds for so long that no one could even remember what started the feud. In the Montague household, there was a kind-hearted boy named Romeo. Romeo loved to read books, play with his dog, Rover, and dream about adventures. He had bright eyes and a gentle smile that could light up even the gloomiest day. Not far from Romeo's home was the Capulet mansion, where a lovely girl named Juliet lived. Juliet enjoyed painting, playing the piano, and tending to her flower garden. She had a laugh that was as sweet as the melody of her favorite songbirds. One sunny day, the village decided to host a grand festival with music, dancing, and delicious food. Everyone in Verona was invited, including the Montagues and the Capulets. Despite their differences, the excitement of the festival was too tempting to resist. Romeo decided to go to the festival with his friends Benvolio and Mercutio. They put on their best clothes and headed to the village square, where colorful lanterns hung from trees and the sound of laughter filled the air. At the same time, Juliet prepared to attend the festival with her cousin Tybalt and her nurse, who was like a second mother to her. As the festival began, Romeo and his friends were captivated by the music and the beautiful decorations. Romeo's eyes wandered across the crowd, and there, among the laughter and dancing, he saw Juliet. She was wearing a stunning dress that shimmered like the stars, and her smile made his heart skip a beat. Juliet, too, noticed Romeo. He stood out with his cheerful demeanor and the kindness that seemed to radiate from him. Though they didn't know each other's names or families, they felt an instant connection. Gathering his courage, Romeo approached Juliet. "Hello," he said with a warm smile. "My name is Romeo. May I have this dance?" Juliet blushed and nodded. "I'm Juliet. I would love to dance with you, Romeo." As they danced, they talked and laughed, forgetting about the world around them. For a moment, it was just the two of them, sharing a special connection. But all too soon, the festival drew to a close, and they had to part ways. Back at their homes, both Romeo and Juliet couldn't stop thinking about each other. They were determined to meet again, despite knowing their families would disapprove. The next day, Romeo decided to visit the Capulets' garden, hoping to catch a glimpse of Juliet. He climbed over the wall and found her among her flowers. Juliet was delighted to see him, and they spent the afternoon talking and getting to know each other better. Days turned into weeks, and Romeo and Juliet continued to meet in secret. They shared their dreams, their fears, and their hopes for a future where their families could live in peace. One day, as they sat under a grand oak tree, Juliet had an idea. What if we bring our families together? If they see how much we care for each other, maybe they'll put their differences aside. Romeo agreed. "That's a wonderful idea, Juliet. Let's organize a meeting where we can explain how we feel and how much better things could be if our families were friends." With that plan in mind, Romeo and Juliet arranged a secret meeting between the Montagues and the Capulets. It wasn't easy, but their sincerity and the love they shared convinced their families to at least listen. At the meeting, Romeo and Juliet spoke from their hearts. They talked about the joy they found in each other's company and how sad it was that their family's feud overshadowed everything. They asked for a chance to change things, to build a future where everyone in Verona could live happily together. Moved by their words and the bravery it took to stand up for love and peace, the Montagues and the Capulets began to reconsider their long-standing feud. They realized how much they had missed out on because of their stubbornness. Slowly but surely, the walls between the families began to crumble. They started working together, sharing meals, and celebrating festivals as one big, happy community. Romeo and Juliet's love had shown them the power of unity and the joy that comes from letting go of grudges. From that day on, Verona was a place of harmony and happiness. Romeo and Juliet's love story became a legend, reminding everyone that love and kindness can heal even the deepest wounds. And so, Romeo and Juliet lived happily ever after, surrounded by the love of their united families and the beautiful village of Verona. Their story taught everyone that with a little courage and a lot of heart, anything is possible.